The dust settled. It was over. Silence began to repeat. The beat of the heart was found. Once again, we welcome Chicago's very own Stalled on Full Self Session number 27. Number 27.
Number 27.
Number 27. Made it again. Numbers are funny. They haunt me. Really.
Yeah, what does 27 mean to you?
Dude, I had a full psychotic breakdown at 27.
It's a good year.
It was my punk band's. We had
We
just finished our sophomore record. Big Joe King, we were amplified, dude. We had been working so hard on it and just pouring our gut and soul into it, you know. And then we were hot in the DIY scene at that time, like playing, you know, Young Camelot back then, and Flower Shop, and dude, so much good places. Old Doll House. And anyhow, you put so much fucking blood, sweat, and tears, man. And I didn't know it, but I totally was really kind of thinking I was gonna die at 27 because I struggling with alcohol and on and off mental illness since 13 and like kind of being off balance. I had thought like, yeah, I might go around that time. It was like kind of haunting me, and my alcohol use was so high. Like there was a couple of times I'd like already gone into the doctor, and they're like, if you don't stop, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. And so, you know, bandmates and all that stuff and the struggles with family. There's a lot of struggles back then, but unfortunately, the alcohol and the mental cycle got the better of me. And it was a really rough time, 27, but I got through it. Yeah. I'm fucking, oh my God, I'm here. Yeah. Holy shit, dude.
Glad to have you here.
With Stalled on Full Self Session 27 in 2026. What a trip. What a time to be alive.
Was your first session this year 26? Did you start 2026?
The first session ever was with Sylvia.
For this
Full
year,
Self Session, and it was 2000. It was the end of 2024. The first session ever. But we've been doing sessions forever, man. You know. Chris, what was the first? Anyhow.
Start with session 26.
So
2026.
Chapter rang us in for the new year
Nice.
at full. He had to ring in the new
Good.
chapter. I had you guys and John Babin of Lever, Chicago's very own. Shout out to Lever. Fucking what happened was there was an emergency that came up I had to take care of, so there was a couple cancellations, and then I was only able to get Sarah in of Persian Cowboy. Shout out. And then you guys.
Oh yeah, because we were supposed to do this that's right. We
Yeah.
were supposed to do this early
So
January.
this is really, you guys are the first band for the 2026 year.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we brought our big amp, you know.
Yeah. And the big drum. We got the big drum, the big amp. Got it
You're
all.
not gonna play the little kick drum?
Oh, I'll play the little kick drum. Look at that.
Is 27 the Jim Carrey movie too? Like the conspiracy?
No, it's 23.
That's
the number 23.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But no, the 27 Club,
They can
like
make a
that gets
sequel.
in my head a lot, you know, as an
Yeah.
artist, like thinking like a lot of, you know, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, like just the hunting, the symbolism or the, like when you read into things, like I'm a big fan of like the wormhole of like Daniel Johnston's art, where you can kind of like magical think things together and things can kind of become a cartoon world, like where the Beatles were. Are they even real? Like, is there a stairway to heaven? Like, does Robert Plant actually control the plants? Where is the Zeppelin? It sure is lead. It's heavy as lead.
You've done some reading.
I didn't know about it.
It's like it's just rock and roll is so much. I love it. It's so
I didn't know about
such a
that.
magical place.
That's
Yeah.
like a thing.
Dude, have you
Or were you
heard
just
his
like-
new record, Saving Grace? It's I
No.
can't remember the collaborate he did it with, but he's still got the pipes. It's beautiful, man. You know, you guys Zeppelin fans? Is Stalled?
Yeah,
Like,
we
you
have a
guys
bit of
have a-
we're a little divisive
Yeah.
on like what
Which
is
Zeppelin
good
records
Zeppelin.
will you
Zeppelin.
play when you're on the road together?
Well, I get that's what I mean. Is like it's
Yeah.
like the word. I love Presence, but Dylan.
I don't like Presence.
Dylan
I just
isn't a
don't-
Presence fan.
Doesn't work for me.
Which one did we listen to on tour?
We listened to Houses of the Holy.
I don't like House.
We went on
Holy.
tour.
there's a couple
and
good songs.
A couple. That's the problem.
we were a little
We-
underwhelmed.
Yeah, we were picking albums to listen to, so I was like, I haven't listened to Houses in a while, and I know like No Quarters on it, so it's gonna be good. But like, it's just, it starts out so strong, and then there's like 3 of the worst Led Zeppelin songs in a row in the middle of
Not
it.
the crunch.
The Crudge,
Can't be the
Dire
Crunch.
Maker, and whatever the other one is. It's just
Awful. Awful.
and then it like ends with No Quarter, which is like the best song that they ever wrote. So on the same album, you have their worst work and like possibly their best, and it's just like I can't listen to this anymore.
Yeah,
So I apologize for putting that one on. There were other Led Zeppelin records we probably could have done, but
I
it
mean, when I was in high school,
good experiment.
for a little thing I did, I played guitar with a group, and we did a cover of The Ocean by Led Zeppelin. That's right. Is that the last one? I don't know.
think so.
I like that song, but I hadn't honestly like I have huge blind spots on music before like the '90s, and that '90s is only filled thanks to these guys here. So I just like was So they'll
feel
put
so
some
young.
I'd heard some like a good bit.
Nate
of
was born in 2002.
2002. That's it. Yep.
He's a post 9/11 kid.
Yep. Never knew what it's like to not have TSA. Well. Yeah. So like.
Just move on.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so,
like
like,
I've
I've
heard
heard-
some like Led Zeppelin stuff, and there's songs that I like and stuff, but I haven't like sat down and somehow haven't still sat down and listened to a full record. Like I hadn't even listened to a full Beatles record till about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So, which is, these guys have been educating me a little bit.
That's awesome. No, it's fun. It's super fun to listen to records with your bandmates when you're on the road. to like share what inspired you, and like, I don't know, it's always good to fucking just spin records with friends. But speaking of which, I've loved spinning this new fucking record. Wow. Fucking holy moly.
Holy moly.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of beautiful, beautiful pieces, for real.
So fucking dope.
How long did it take to kind of brew these up?
I think we wrote them pretty quickly. We were like initially going to try to put it out like last summer, like around the time that we toured. But we just kept kind of like tweaking stuff with like the mixes and ultimately like now the record like sounds the way that it does because we did give it that time, but we were kind of a little bit like manic after the last record came out and being like, we're going to put something out in like 6 months. And
I mean, it was ready, but
yeah,
we finished it so quickly that we were like, well,
conceptually,
no one's like expecting this anyways, so there's no real need for us to just release something just to prove that we had something ready. So we were like, let's take our time with the mixing and mastering.
We'll say recording and like performing and stuff did take way less time.
Best inside a dream. So I think that also
helped because that one took a long time to record.
Yeah, because we were like figuring it out for that record
I was
too.
kind of figuring all that stuff
And like
out.
the idea with this one was to just really utilize like all of the stuff we learned during that record and just get like a less like abstract recording, I guess, of the band that like the first record was, and this one is supposed to be a lot more like just kind of like the intention was like capturing the band sound like and definitely a little bit more live in the songs, or I think are like just a little bit more direct and
Sounds more like us live, contained within
Exactly.
space.
Yeah.
Less experimental. Well, I mean, Dust wasn't experimental, but
it's just hazy and
Yeah.
like I think that
atmosphere.
like atmospheric, that was the
Yeah.
word that I intended to use.
I was gonna dip a little bit into the first, but bringing up like how live the record feels, the cadence of command. I remember I was at the first opening night at Lowdown, down low, low down, as it be, as above, so below. Chop it up however you want. But when you guys went into that and the whole room started just fucking feeling like it was going right and left and right and left, dude, the rhythm in that song and the fucking energy in that song, dude, it turned the place upside down. Like, that song is fucking electric. Like,
Yeah, that's
and I'm so happy I heard it live before I actually listened, like spun the record. And then I was like, oh shit, this is the one that like lit the fucking match on fire that night. Damn.
Yeah, no, I think that one. I mean, most of the record is like if you've seen us over the last year, you've probably like if you've seen us more than once over the last year, you've probably heard the whole record like by now, because we've just been playing it a lot. But yeah, that was like I feel that was pretty early in.
Yeah, that was one of the
stuff.
first ones that we like had nailed
Yeah.
down. That sort of helped direct where the other songs were gonna go.
Yeah.
I think.
And so yeah, that one is always just fun to play.
Yeah, that was an interesting one in terms of writing too, because a lot of the stuff in Dust Inside a Dream was very like you could pick up an acoustic guitar and sing and play it, and you could play like the whole song, and it would all kind of make sense and come together. But we were actively trying to write stuff where it was going to be a little hard to do something like that, where it really relies on all the members of the band and stuff in a different way, I guess.
Yeah. Totally.
So I think that one was directly came from trying to write something that kind of just like a little more like us weaving back and forth in some capacity stuff. So.
Yeah, that one definitely started on the bass. Like that was like the bass line.
Yeah.
And I remember for a lot of the songs on this, a lot of the songs on the first record, like Nate was saying, like could be held down by like just a guitar in like some capacity. and the way that I wanted to approach guitar on this record was something that was like disjointed or more disconnected from the sort of like actual like chord melodies. And so that song is like I don't play any like root notes or anything. It's all just
It's a lot
kind
more
of
like guitar lines
Yeah,
instead of like
exactly.
chord progression stuff.
So that was
Yeah.
definitely a big like that song was us like just embracing that. when
No,
we started
it's
writing shit.
jaded to a full effect in the perfect ways.
Hell yeah.
Really, it's a real ride, man. Virtue hyperbolic. Hyperbolic. Is that an actual word in the? Like if you looked it up in the here, can you see if you can find it in there?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what it is, and then I'll tell you
If it actually is a word.
I thought it meant.
And while we're at that, Dylan, when did you pick up your first instrument? When did you start playing?
I started playing guitar when I was 10.
That's
Just a
exciting.
wee lad.
Yeah,
Wee Dilly.
10.
10.
Did you love music prior to?
Honestly, I didn't
playing
like.
or-
My mom just like one day came and she's like, you're doing guitar lessons," because my dad was a musician. So she's like, you're gonna play guitar, and I was like, okay. Like I didn't really care. It's not who I was. I have no regrets about that. I think it's who I'm supposed to be. But like, yeah, I was just, some kids are just useless balls of clay that like a parent can just like come into the room one day and be like, you're going to do this for the rest of your life. And be like, okay. It's just, yeah. I guess that was probably
Yeah.
easy.
What was the first Les Claypool music video you saw?
I don't even, I don't know what's the,
We like Primus. I mean, I like.
I mean,
Primus.
what's the one
I
where,
still,
is it where they're all
they
like,
suck, you know.
it's not my favorite. I don't like, as a bass player, I don't really like a lot of like bass driven stuff.
I feel you.
If there's the whatever the fucking video where they're all like dressed as like animatronic things or something, right? Isn't that one of them? Sure, we'll
The
say that.
juicy one, yeah,
Someone out there,
yeah.
correct me in the comments.
Comment below. But we got the word pulled up. What?
Well, they don't have hyperbolic, but they have hyperbole, which I think is like my understanding of hyperbolic is like an exaggeration.
It's a new
Also,
word.
kind
How
of
old
a,
is
kind
this
of a
dictionary?
crazy thing in here, though. You can apparently use the word fish story instead of hyperbole.
Wow!
So I've never-
You heard it here first.
I didn't know
On
that you
Full
could say
Self Sessions
Yeah,
27.
say like, oh,
How
like,
exciting!
I will never use that
Well,
term.
That track, man, what a slow Hemingway burn through a crisp vocal whisper you lay out before the riff. That gets you most ratty. It gets very ratty. Was there a rat pedal involved
oh,
when it spikes?
there definitely is a rat somewhere on that, but I honestly think a lot of the distortion on the songs is like my DS1 actually.
Damn.
I switched over to a
Shout
high
out.
flyer for this record,
Full
so
effect.
that's why the tone is like so. Like the last
Yeah.
one was Rat and
But
T60.
the guitar work, holy shit, beautiful.
Thank you,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know how you guys in-house, right? In-house recording
Yeah,
again.
this guy.
Insane. Very talented. Like,
Thank you.
Sounds great for real.
Got to have some good players to make it sound good. So
You're like, yeah, the drummer, Gotta have a good drummer.
No, and I really appreciated you including the lyrics. That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's so important. I really, even speaking Big Joe King, like I really wanted the lyrics to be out and ready. And there was also like the two wolves inside me, like the pushing thing, like, oh shit, no, I can't, I don't want that out. No, fucking add the lyrics. Anyhow, I love that you added them. It was really cool. They're fucking severance for a silver favor. That line at the end of that song, just it's very poetic throughout, but that sparks, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Especially how it ends with coal, 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 which makes me think of, Santa Claus and why do we celebrate this constantly each year? And like all the coal all across the lake, all across the land and all the coal turning into clay and all these things molding and into like figures and dragons of their own, It's quite the universe, man.
We're actually just shouting out the band Coles. We're shouting Coles. Did we actually do that when we played there?
I think I did.
Yeah,
I told you I was going to say it.
At Coles.
Yeah. At Coles.
Cole's Bar's fun.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Always a good time at Cole's. Slogan. You guys have gigs lined up right now?
We're playing. We're playing.
Empty Bottle on the 11th with Law Liberty and Naomi 10 Million.
Cool.
And then we're playing
Lowdown with Ira Glass and Tipper Gore from Louisville. Shout out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good show. I think we might play that show billed as Howard Dean, so that we can just kind of have it all be a bunch of names of old liberal people.
That would be gnarly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But so if you see a
People love
flyer
Howard
and
Dean.
it's
people love Howard Dean.
yeah, he was
so-
he could have been president. He's so close. But no, we I don't know. We just kind of had a little like just be. There's no reason for us to bill it like that. I just thought it would look funny on a flyer. It'd be cool. So, yeah.
I love
Maybe
that.
we'll do that. Maybe we won't, and this just will not age well. So.
Hell yeah. Well, I don't want to give too much away. It's a super great record. We're eventually going to break into some music here. Super excited, but I got to ask, so important to, stay healthy as a band, concern for one another, so important, what do you guys think is like a healthy amount of practices per week, for a trio to
10 hours a day,
preserve.
every day.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
Lock the door.
That's in a full-time job. I don't know what you're doing.
We do like twice
I like
a week.
I like
Yeah,
our
we
cadence.
practice like-
We do twice a week. I'm not going to tell you
Does
exactly
AI
when,
get
but
involved in any way?
So involved. It's been so helpful. It really cuts down on the monotony and all the side work that we don't have to do anymore. It writes most of it for us, and we just sort of.
It is what it is.
We're at the behest of the AI. We only play what it tells us to do.
Yeah.
That's nuts, dude. What is happening right now? Are we actually? Are we
Positive-
experiencing
a
the
positive,
simulation?
beautiful future.
The
A
simulation
positive, beautiful
live?
future. I don't need that much water. Does anybody? Does anybody actually need water?
That's nuts.
But we do 8
Yeah.
hours a week.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
a
it's like,
healthy
you know,
amount.
give or-
Yeah,
give or
very
take,
healthy.
you know.
2 different
It's very
days
healthy.
of the week, 4
Yeah.
hours ish.
To be fair, we're also just like all friends and kind of just hanging out during that too. So it's I don't know. It was originally just started one day a week, and then second day a week when we were recording that first album, because it was a time when nobody else was like playing, so we could record without getting cameos from other people, and we just enjoyed doing that, so we just kept doing it.
Yeah. Like the cadence of like twice a week was exactly like record on Sundays and then like practice on Thursdays. But when we're not recording, we just still go in on Sundays. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, we
We're
like
asking-
don't. I feel
we
like
got Claude, so we have Claude like
We have Claude
researching
going,
stuff for
yeah.
us on the days off as well.
we were like for a while after we finished. I mean, we like had sent the record to get mastered, which we're still working with right now. But when we first had sent it off, and we were like, all right, well, we got. What are we gonna do next? We just started working on like a bunch of covers. So like didn't have like a bunch of like songs or shows to like practice for, and we weren't kind of ready to start like writing new stuff yet. So, but we were
It's
like
like the
still keeping the
holidays,
cadence
too. It's
up
like
of just
November
being
and
like, all right,
December.
we'll come in, we'll cover a Deer Hunter song, we'll cover a.
I don't have
Leonard
the
Cohen song.
Mac and the processor hooked up right now, and I'm gonna butcher if I tried to guess, but between the Buried and Me's cover album, like them as a band, they did like a cover record. I don't know what they titled it, but like of their favorite bands, and it had stuff from like the Counting Crows on it, and like just like the weirdest bands you wouldn't even think like Between the Buried and Me would like. And I don't know, there's something really special about hearing a band I really admired and loved, but like them break down their favorite songs.
Yeah, I think
you
covers
know?
albums can be like pretty good. I feel like ours are. I feel like there's maybe one
best.
or two. Well, there's one or two like choices on there that maybe are a little out of left field, but for the most part, I think it makes sense for the type of music we make. And
For sure.
I honestly really like it when bands do covers that are like completely out of left field like that. Like that time that Black Midi did a cover of Love Story by Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And stuff. And then like you listen, it's like, oh, this is actually like surprisingly decent, surprisingly good. I heard that Geese did a cover of Baby by Justin Bieber.
Hell
I was
yeah.
told, and it's actually good.
So
And,
good.
yeah, I always just think of there's this album that one of my friends showed me a few years ago. I think it's like a series of records. It's like songs that saved my life, and it's all these emo bands that each take one song, and it's songs that were like important to them when they were younger or like a tough point in their life, and they do a cover of it. So there's like some really good ones on that. What's that? There's a cover of another emo band doing Your Graduation by Modern Baseball on there. That's pretty interesting. There's one, I can't remember the, Torn, the song Torn. That was all, and there's a good emo cover of that on there.
Yeah.
So that's always fun to listen to.
Beautiful. Well, thank you. That was a lovely answer. I love it. And from here, we're going to roll it. Well, thank you. That was a love from afar. Well, thank you. That was a lovely. Well, thank you. That was a lovely. And until then, thanks everyone for tuning in. Peace. Love. Now what? Well, thank you. That was a lovely. Rock and roll. Always. Forever. Always.
This is a Pavement cover. This is Gold Sound.
Cause I never wanna make you feel that you said so, never made things so. Maybe what you wanna do, do you think that there's a major flaw? When they rise up in the falling rain, and when they turn down, when the knuckles down the trials over the weapons now. Keep my head tight to yourself, 'cause we need secrets. in a secret, just like now. In the August sun, you're the kind of girl I like, 'cause you're empty and I'm empty, and you can never quarantine the past. You remember in December that I won't eat you when I'm gone, and if you go there, I will stay there, 'cause I've been sitting there too long. Oh, I've been sitting there too long, and I've been wasting application for the last one's always something that's too late.
Check. Misspelled how?
Hello.
Misspelled how?
Hello. What's going on over here? It was like this kind of like
Damn.
mysterious space, and
And it
then finally got to see it in the right context.
got even weirder after that.
No, it was very
More progressive. You guys ready?
Please.
Cool.
Yes.
Hello and welcome back. And welcome back.
Welcome back.
And welcome back. And welcome back. And welcome back. And welcome back. to Full Self Sessions, number 27. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. With Chicago's very own Stalled, supported by Loudmouth Bites, warheads you could trust, sour, little sweet, rough on the tongue, but so worth it. Thank you for your support. Wally Warhead. I still have my Wally Warhead action figure. I might make it amongst the walls, amongst these Full Self, the chambers amongst us here. Eventually, one day. It's kind of, if you guys can see, it's kind of like turning into an I Spy room. It's like,
Oh, it is
like an
very
I
I
Spy
Spy,
book.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
can you see
100%.
where Darth Maul is? Can you find Obi-Wan? Can you find Jack Skellington? Where is the green orb?
Even got a nice bright orange hat as a distraction.
You know?
Bring your eyes to, so you can actually find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is his name really Wally?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Wally Warhead. Yeah.
I didn't know
I
that.
had the stuffed animals
It
too.
was just a
Yeah.
disembodied head.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, is it just the head, or does he have like a full?
He
got
did
like
have a
body.
body.
He's
He
got
did have a
spindly
body when he
legs
was
like
like
Kermit
the
the
stuffed
Frog.
animal. Yeah. Nuts, man. I remember trying those when I was a kid. I was like in second grade, like 6, 7-year-old Michael. Damn, yeah. Some kids like, have you tried a warhead? Oh, you're gonna love it. Like, and I didn't know what
It'll
to
live
expect. And like, I
forever.
put it in my mouth, like in the bus, and just remember burning my tongue, burning and like feeling like my tongue went on fire. I was like, what is this? But I loved it. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
I like
I don't know why it
sour.
hurt, and I loved it.
I feel like the hyper sour stuff or like the really spicy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like such like a, it's an
Spice it
experience
up.
as a kid.
For real, man.
It's a rite of passage.
So, and
Right,
then,
passage, yeah.
and then I bought a bunch of packs and packs of them, and then before you know it, I was like chewing
your
them, and
fucking
I was,
tongue.
my
Yeah,
tongue
your
was
tongue has a
bleeding, and
hole
my
in it,
mom's like,
like-
"Okay, Michael, what the fuck?
You gotta cut back on the warhead.
It's literally like
They're so good,
you had too
Mom.
many,
I
it would
can't
make your
stop
tongue
eating."
bleed. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah, I remember it had like eating a ton of like flaming hot Cheetos and then just being
Damn.
like, why does my mouth hurt?
damn, those are tough.
Like
they're
2
so
days,
good.
2
It's
days
so hard to
later, it's
stop.
like my mouth
Yeah.
was just still. It wasn't like a spice. thing.
Has Stalled as a band ever completed a full Jawbreaker?
As a band?
Do not share Jawbreakers. This
like
is
the
a
Ed, Ed and
touching
Eddie like
subject here.
jawbreakers, like gotta share those.
I finished
Yeah.
a Jawbreaker on my own.
Yeah.
Wait,
They're
did you
tough.
get
Probably
did,
on my
did you
own.
get
Takes
Gobstoppers on
dedication,
that one
man.
tour, or did I make that up? I feel like there was like a thing of Gobstoppers
I would have
in the
got
car.
Gobstoppers.
Got something.
Maybe you
Tried a few different. I
maybe you
definitely
got
didn't get
Gobstoppers.
gobstoppers. I got something.
Oh
Always
yeah,
get
what's your
something.
favorite candy on the road?
I always go for something gummy. As a kid, I always got the like little pieces of the Twizzlers, like cherry ones. Not like the I like the pole ones a lot too, but it's just a little too much for the road. So,
I mean, it's gummy worms, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
gummy
That's-
gummy
peach
worms.
rings,
Yeah.
like
we like
The sour gummies.
compare gummy worms to each other. and
Sour
know which
Patch for
place is
me.
the way to go.
I still have to have Sour Patch Kids. I'm bad with Skittles, sour Skittles too.
sour
Like,
Skittles.
sometimes
that was
will get
another
me.
like kid. That was another kid thing. I feel like
Yeah.
it was like
You ever had the Sour Patch Kids like strawberry ones that are like pretty
Those
new?
are good.
They're so
Those
good.
are good. And then the watermelon, just the watermelon.
Yeah,
I
just
feel
the
like I'm
watermelon.
cheating though. That's such, it's so cheating. It's like you
Yeah.
used to have to buy the pack, and then what? Man, this is the new world. So yeah, great performance. I really loved that y'all shredded that up. That was lovely, and super fun pavement cover. Super gnarly, super
that
fun.
song, I feel like that song. I mean, we were kind of talking about it with like your like experience with it, but yeah, that was definitely a song that like really shifted a lot of music taste for me when I like found it. I mean, that was
Yeah.
like my intro to that band for sure.
Fuck yeah. How did you find it?
I had a friend show it to me. Like it like made me like showed me like a bunch of stuff in that vein. I think Sebadoh was also on that playlist, and like that album Bake Sale was like really big for me. Like getting into more like roughly recorded like stuff that still had like a very like kind of like a grounded songwriting base, you know, like not just like kind of like I don't know. I guess
well-written songs, it feels like they did it in a take, and they were like, good.
yeah, totally. Yeah, it's like it has
That's
like
the vocal track.
this sort of
where he
like
squeals
yeah.
on accident.
Fuck yeah. Adventurous. In a good way. Freaking ever at all. How long did it take?
I don't know. I kind of feel like that was one that came like really fast, I guess. Like it was like I don't remember where that like I mean I think it started from the riff, like the riff for sure. Like that's like a very riffy song. And then
The chorus is what like took the longest, I think. Like
yeah,
figuring out what you wanted to do
exactly,
like vocally
yeah.
with that or lyrically.
Yeah, and there are like little changes that were kind of hard to figure out. Like that one section where there's a section where he's yelling after a little bit, and we realize it goes through like 9 times. And we had to through like 9 times. And we had to
through like 9 times. We had
Like 9 times. We had
through like 9 times. We had
like 9 times.
to count it at first, but eventually Jack came up with lyrics for that section, and now I just like I don't have to count anymore. It's just like the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's like second nature. But
Speaking
for a little
of
bit
counting, is there an official release date?
no. I mean we're probably gonna do like what we're thinking. I think
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
I don't know.
Sometime in April, mysteriously. You heard it here first. Sometime.
I think we'll
may or may
probably,
not.
It's always
be.
April somewhere. That's what I always say.
No, we'll probably like. I mean, it seems like the mastering is going to get wrapped up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And that's like the last thing before we can kind of like start trying to get like physical stuff made. And it would be really cool to do a release that like lines up with like the physical media being like available, but that you can't count on that. I feel like we have to kind of like get it out though for sure because
Yeah.
we've already kind of started working on like some newer stuff that we're definitely going to take our time with. But the album is, I think in a way, like, I don't know, it's kind of like cresting the sort of like ridge of just like not being relevant to us, I guess, in a way. So I want to make sure that
We've already
get
lived
it
this
out.
entire album
Right.
for some time now, and we're already once you start writing for the next project,
Yeah.
it's time to get it going. But we don't want to like rush releasing this to make sure that we've already spent this time and waited for it to be
Oh,
done
and it's
properly, so
way,
just do it,
way, 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 way too electric. And people are waiting, so this is exciting.
Yeah, that's like
This is
the
exciting.
hard thing
It's
to
like-
I guess sit with is like it's still. I mean, to me, I feel like and maybe I already said this earlier, but it's like if you've seen us like once, like at least or like twice or something, like last year, you've probably heard the whole record, and there's a lot of like friends of ours and stuff that go to the.
Been to like multiple shows, and so like
There's part of me that's just like, okay, like this is like, I want to start playing new stuff out for myself and for like those people too that have been like supporting us.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But like the recordings are, they're still fresh to other people, even if we've had them for a bit.
More
Yeah.
people haven't heard
Yeah.
the stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think
Fucking
it's-
Fear of Flight is insane, dude.
It's a different one.
Like a phoenix breed hybrid of sorts, man. What a dragon tail of a riff. For real, no, that one's so exciting. It was liberating to hear that. And how long it was, too. I wasn't sure. It was such a ride. There was times where I was like, okay. Ooh,
I mean, we
is
had
this the
like,
end?
we had,
Oh, it's not the end.
There's a couple versions of that.
Is it?
well, we did I think that song came from, we did a lot of like jamming, and there was one specific sort of path that we were like following that was like I don't know, very like melodic, which was out like very different from like the other stuff that we'd written for the record. And I remember like talking to y'all about it and just being like,
All right, well, let's like kind of chase that, and that's like what ends up kind of getting. That's the second part of the song.
is the sort of the outro, and then we brought Chapter and D in to do like the collaborations on there, which was like, I mean, those songs are always my favorite because it's like the most removed, I feel like, that we are like personally from it, and you enjoy it as like a third party in a way, but like
Total beasts.
yeah,
On
I mean
the strings.
D. I mean, we worked with D on our last record too, and this one specifically though, yeah, we I think we spent more time in like the session together, like workshopping how the like violin was gonna like come back at the end, because initially I don't think we were gonna have the violin play in the outro, and then we ended up kind of jamming on it a little
worth
bit
it, though.
and it was like, no,
So
this is yeah,
It
absolutely.
gave you a lot of room to just do
Yeah.
it.
And the
Where did you
looping.
record it? Yeah.
And the
Where did you
looping.
record it?
The
Where did you
looping.
record it?
The
Where'd you
looping.
record
And
it?
it-
That
just like at
part?
our practice
place?
space. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
aside
everything
from-
was at the practice space.
I think the cello chapter recorded separately.
Oh, true.
But it's, and
Yeah.
sent to us. But yeah, everything else was in the practice space.
We had him recorded in a space that looked exactly like ours. We told him, you can't be here. You got to at least decorate your room accordingly.
Yeah. Well, super fun. I'm so excited for this record with Serpent Speaks. Where that take a lot of sleepless nights where you're sweating over that one for a while.
that was
Was it-
like I mean that was
It's one
like
of the earlier songs, right?
yeah, we had been playing it for a while. There's like a video of us playing it.
What a great setup right before the the final.
I mean, I think that was initially
track.
That was initially going to be the last song for a majority of, like, the title track is the last song that we wrote, and like in a way is like kind of like thematically removed from the album, or at least like kind of like functions as like an epilogue.
Damn.
Where like, I mean, even like the production of it, like it's you get out of this like kind of like Testament and Serpent Speaks that are maybe a lot more like cinematic, maybe more like the first record, and kind of like very like roving in that way.
Very
and
long.
then long and just kind of dense. But then like the title track opens, and I don't remember where you got the samples from, but I think
Oh, it was us trying to do.
Yeah.
We did the original demo for it.
yeah.
And I was just messing around. And we were like, we gotta clip that. So we
Well,
did. And yeah.
Speaking of the long and winding road, and loving how you left those lyrics where it says, "I rise and cook the books." Always loving John Lennon's at the end of the Notebooks, or like in the Beatles books where he'd write, "By hook or by crook, I'll be last in this book,"
Oh, I
and
know
then
that.
sign off with like his glasses, the famous John Lennon.
Yeah.
sign off. But you know how the Full Self likes to dive in all things ethereal and all 13, all archetypes, and you know, full collective consciousness of all beings. And we speak sometimes amongst these things like
Stairway to Liverpool.
whether Robert Plant truly is. Anyhow, but that John Lennon quote, it just made me, that lyric really just like made me think of John Lennon, and I thought it was super funny. Like, what a great line, and
That's
just like, just like, just like, just like, just like,
that's
just like.
I feel like it's like a. I mean, we've like. I feel like we jokingly call it the Neil Young song.
I mean, we've like. I feel like we jokingly call it the Neil Young song. I mean, we've like. I feel like we jokingly call it the Neil Young song.
Oh yeah,
Crazy horse song.
I could feel a little Harvest Moon in the bones there, for sure. That fucking Neil Young's so good. Fucking damn, hell yeah, so fucking dope. Really like it. And then yeah, the title track is insane. I'm so excited for this record, truly.
Yeah, I've always thought as I guess when mixing title track in particular, it almost feels like if you're like going through some records and you accidentally found some like old song that was like a more straightforward song that was a recording of like supposed to be in a like a arena rock song or something, but not like. In a negative context, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about that song that just feels like, just kind of wanted to make it feel gigantic in some way. In that sense. Gigantic in some fun to play.
I feel like we were like initially almost thinking of doing like a 4-track recording for it, or like doing like making it really lo-fi.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we ended up kind of leaning into.
How many tracks throughout did you really use throughout this record? For this record,
Oh, I don't know. Definitely.
did you have endless amount?
Definitely less than the first record. for
Definitely
sure. Way
less. Most.
I'm only tying it back because on our
New Year's Eve special here at Full Self Sessions, we
dove in, and you know, it was your very own Jack Skellington's Tascam itself. That chapter used to record. Yeah.
I think that
So
was
like
the exchange. There was the chapter recorded companion music on the Tascam, and then
That's
Return
it.
recorded.
Yeah.
Cello with us, so it's community. You know?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Hell
And
yeah.
that record fucking rules. The companion
It's so
music one.
good,
It like
yeah.
got stuck in my car. Like it's not coming out of my CD player, but like I'm okay with it, honestly. But I've listened to it like so many times.
That's
It's great,
awesome.
yeah.
So cool. Well, mysteriously, somewhere in April, what do you think about that, Satan?
Oh, is that Satan?
Lucifer? What do you think about that? You think it's actually going to come out in April? Or?
Maybe. 50.
Do you hear that? Is that a frequency coming from the ground?
Maybe.
Hollow Earth? What? Anyhow, have you guys been dreaming or living?
I've definitely been living.
Maybe a bit of both.
Yeah.
A bit of both.
A little bit of dying.
Yeah, I mean, we're all dying.
As one does when it gets really cold.
I have pretty vivid nightmares usually. I dream a lot, but it's usually like this shit again. Okay.
Is it the same one over? and
No, it's a
over?
couple different things, but overall,
Yeah.
just the theme of my sleeping is usually just like
What-
pretty
what's some of the-
horrible visual nightmares.
Do you ever have like continuity with your dreams, but then you like actually don't know if you are like dreaming the idea of the continuity? Where you're like you're in the dream and you're like, oh, like I feel like I've dreamt this before, but then you're like, well, am I dreaming that I dreamt this
I
before?
definitely have some
Damn,
recurring
yeah.
dreams.
But that's a very weird feeling. And then you wake up and you're like, oh, I actually don't know. Like there's no answer.
Yeah.
But my dreams usually just kind of disappear as soon as I wake up.
Yeah, I've tried to keep a journal. I've tried to journal out, first thing in the morning. It
makes them way more
works
vivid.
a little bit, but
Yeah.
what were you going to say, Dylan?
It makes them more vivid when you write them down.
It does, but it's
And that was the
hard.
problem
It's
for
hard
me.
to practice. It's hard to practice. Like the first thing you're gonna do when you wake is like grab a pen or whatever you use to record. Yeah,
It works.
voice
You gotta write it
memo.
down.
That's true.
You got to write it down.
Yeah, I think the writing is the way I usually do it, but the voice memo I've been trying to get better. Like just use the voice memo, but the problem is I have like 6,713.4 voice memos that have been like song
What's
ideas
0.4 of a
or
voice
riffs or like bass riffs or guitar
Accidents.
riffs or me just talking to myself or notes.
Well, and
it's
your
like
dream journals are going to be you at like 3 a.m, like saying like a bunch of fucking gibberish, like the man with the beans came again.
Chord
He keeps
change.
coming, the guy
The man with the beans came again. Chord change.
F sharp. The fucking stop. Oh, where's the Domino's pizza? Where's the Domino's pizza?
Where's the Domino's
The
pizza?
man with the beans came again.
I
told him
don't
to stop coming.
know.
That's what the dreams are going to be.
Why is there a toll? Why are there toll? I didn't know there was tolls required in Dreamland. What the fuck? What is money? What is time? What is space? What is
Yeah,
now?
if you try to do like a dream journal like voice memo, but every one is you just waking up going, what the fuck? And it's just that like
it starts
that entry every time.
What the fuck?
And you're like,
That'd be
I don't
pretty
know what
good.
it is.
That'd be
but
pretty good.
Something is really fucking
Yeah.
with me, you know?
Never saying what happened.
If Stalled ever has a website and you guys start like the what the fuck dream journals, like I'll tap in.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I would
Just on the road with Stalled. What the fuck?
That's honestly, we should record you saying that before we leave, and then we'll put it on our the Rolland pad.
There you go.
That's
We're
how I'll
trying to-
start
There you
company
go.
time next
That'd
time.
be great.
We're
Hell
trying
yeah.
to just build up.
That's
The
awesome.
Howard
stupid,
Dean,
like-
Howard Dean call.
Oh, you
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we need that for the set. I still have the I think you should leave samples on there.
So
For,
the artwork. How did the artwork come to be? It's so freaking gnarly.
Yeah, no, it's just like met someone at a show
Okay.
that was like liked the band and she wanted to work on the artwork and that was like
It's super cool. It really reminds me of like masculine, feminine, kind of like the divine nature of both sides, duality, but then also holds like it's very mysterious feeling to it too, and like an ancient quality.
yeah,
in the
no, I mean,
symbolism.
she definitely like really tapped into the like. I mean, I sent her the lyrics and talked about like the concept.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of like religious imagery, and that was like kind of the main sort of like.
It's nice
Guidance.
being able to like see artwork come back and be like, yes,
Yeah.
that works.
Totally.
That's exactly
Yeah,
sort of what
that's
we
so cool.
captures the vibe really
were
well.
imagining without
What-
seeing it.
Was there a specific study you were
A study.
focused on during the writing of this album, outside of Dust Inside the Dream, or was it
You just mean like a sort of like focus
like that you were
of what
focusing
the-
on as far as
Yeah, I
you know,
mean-
religion?
Oh well, I did all my like religious study when I was raised Catholic. So I
Gotcha.
feel like that's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of
What's that?
the I don't know if you've heard of the Catholic
what is
Church.
that?
Let me explain this to you. No, I mean the whole sort of it's like a reflection on just like essentially like psychosis that like accompanies like fanaticism and the most at least to me, like interesting sort of way to like look at that is through like religion, and there's like so much just like kind of like cognitive dissonance that comes with like accepting like beliefs that are like totally like contrary to like what you're actually seeing, like with like how people want to treat each other, compared to like the way that they're kind of like told to through like these different like institutions and stuff, and so that's like the main through line of the album is just, I mean, specifically through like my own like experience with like and not like almost like too deep knowledge of like Catholicism from going to like Catholic school and stuff, like that's just like, you know, a lot of the disconnect between that and how it kind of like feeds into like the name of the album being Paved Desire is like also that's more about like conviction, I guess, and just like I mean, to be like fanatical, you have to have a lot of like sort of like blind conviction about some sort of like feeling that you have, and so, you know, like paving, like paved desire is like paving over like a desire path, basically, and just kind of like committing to like, okay, here's this thing that's been true to me for a while, and now I'm gonna like commit to it. But it's also like destructive in a way, because it's like, you know, you're, you know,
Get
like,
so tunnel vision focused on
Yeah.
what you're obsessed with to the point where you're not
yeah,
listening to other people around you that are either trying to just understand
Yeah.
or support you, and how destructive that can be, not just to yourself, but like everyone around you as well. If you're
Totally.
Yeah.
just totally tunnel visioned into whatever you're obsessed with.
Yeah. Not being sure.
Religious
you know.
or not, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It could be.
No, it's a real
Yeah.
problem.
May or may not be the
You
right
know.
path, but it's the one they're choosing and committing to. So,
yeah.
yeah.
And it is interesting because you know, we wrote a lot of this stuff, and it's specifically the lyrics between like December and like of 2024 and February of like 2025, and so a year like kind of removed from that. It's, you know, very. I don't know. It stuff is even like it felt intense then, and it's like so much more intense now, and that's like just kind of I don't know. I guess I was just thinking about that today, like coming into the interview, and just like that. You know, I was like writing this. I was like, we thought shit was like fucked up back then. Now it's just
Yeah.
it's,
Even more dense, even more real.
exactly. So,
Okay.
yeah, but that's
Fun.
that's the
Even more grateful, more so grateful for it to exist. And, you know, that's why, well, mysteriously, we don't know, sometime in April, but, you know, eventually these frequencies will be released, and they're powerful. I'm super excited for all of it. And thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming through and doing this and kind of diving in and getting lost. And as always, just having a good time, being good company on company time. It's been a blast. But yeah, before we close out, I love asking, you know, for artists out there that haven't started yet, but they want to, is there any tips, suggestions, potatoes of inspiration you'd throw out there for artists out there?
I think, I mean, the thing that I always like tell people, or that's like kind of like worked for me, is just making, I don't know, it's like you got to like make terrible art to like kind of like I don't know, I feel like it's like, I guess, I mean, this is like pretty basic sort of advice, but I wish that it was something that was easier to I guess like accept, but just like you just gotta like do stuff, I guess, and
actually
put yourself
put it-
out and like there's nothing like you're never gonna play. I think something that used to like freak me out when I was like starting to get involved with playing music publicly and stuff is I was like, I'm gonna play like a bad show and then I'm gonna get blacklisted from every bar and nobody is ever gonna like they're
Only
gonna
good bands play
yeah
bars.
they're gonna be like, damn, like this guy was terrible, like we're not gonna. And I probably played like at Burlington for a year straight and just played garbage shows, and they will still book me. So,
You have to,
Shout out to the
Shout out to the
Burlington,
Burlington.
man. Night
to
at the
learn how to fail,
Burley
to learn how to
forever.
be successful.
But I
the writer,
and I think
performer.
We love
but
Burley.
I think the doing it publicly is kind of like a
critical.
It's critical,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
because
think-
you're able to let go of your sort of like
Yeah, you have to get
Attachment
comfortable
to-
with failure because failure is literally just part of succeeding. Like you fail way more than you succeed in anything. But you
comfortable being
gotta just do
uncomfortable.
the thing. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
gotta be uncomfortable. It's fine. There's nothing. I mean, being uncomfortable is just like it's just part of life. You know, you
Yeah.
kind of have to just accept that you're going to be uncomfortable a lot when you're doing music stuff. And also, I'd say I feel like a place where a lot of people struggle is they never become part of a scene, you know? And it can be hard for people to know where to start. I feel like it's like there's like way less third places now in general. So even outside of music, it's just hard to figure out where to start. So I think if people could like even find on Instagram or just find a local band and like just look at what flyers they post, see where they're playing, right? And you can see, you know, what different venues around the city are. Find like, you know, all it takes is one, and then all of a sudden
yeah.
there's going to be way more than
Totally.
you know what to do with. So
Yeah.
get involved that way, meet people, become part of something. It's also very nerve-wracking if you know literally nobody in there. You're just walking up to people. But that's how I met a lot of my friends,
True.
just random people. So,
And diversify your interests.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Well, you heard it here first, y'all. And if, when, how, when the record drops, when it's out, yeah, we're excited for it. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. What the fuck? Can't wait. Thank you guys so much for gracing this room and blessing these four walls. I really appreciate y'all coming through. It's been a blast.
been awesome. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Till
I'm always
next
happy to
time.
come out here.
Oh yeah.
Peace, love, rock and roll.
Peace, love, rock and roll.
Always, y'all. Be safe. Good night.